are having an amazing day wherever you are and whatever you're into on this Monday evening. Thank you so much for popping in here and watching this video and any of my videos. And I first of all wanted to share with you that if you are in the Dunn, North Carolina area, just want to let you know that we have moved Positive Nutrition to 1204 North Alice Avenue, still in Dunn, North Carolina. And we're so grateful to be able to be at this new location. It's across from the Carnesee's IGA on 301. We have our hours of 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 to 1 p.m. to be able to serve you, to help you just to be able to get healthy, to get your nutritional needs, as well as, just to have a place to hang out and just to come by and see us and all that as well. So wanted to make sure we're continuing to get the word out and letting all of you know that that's where we currently are. And I just wanted to take some time to reflect, as I've been reflecting upon the last couple of years, and some of the things that I have learned throughout my journey in my life. And I always hope and trust that it will be an encouragement to each one of you, and some of the things you may be going on, some of the questions that we are all on a journey, whether we realize it or not, whether we are aware of it or not. We are all going through so many different things. And I was actually listening to a one-on-one session with Kyle Cease, and he was working with a lady about her past and some things that she had gone through, and it brought up just some memories for me of some of the amazing things that we have gone through over the last couple of years amidst the chaos, amidst so many different changes, so much that has happened all around the world. And I just thought I would take a few moments to be able to share some of these things. Thank you so much for popping on here. It's great to see each and every one of you. And, that amidst this chaotic time of what happened in 2020 around the world, we really had some amazing things happen. And, like I say, this is my journey. Your journey might be different. But it started years before 2020, no doubt, for many of us. And by the end of 2019, I had a number of things that would take place in my life, some closure of a chapter in my life, and the beginning of a new chapter as a businessman, and opening a nutrition club. And as we went into 2020, one of the most amazing things that happened to me was my soul actually came alive. I think really for the first time in my life. And I began to actually realize I actually feel emotions. Actually realize that I can feel the feelings of other people. And so as part of that, ironically, those that have tried to destroy us, who have tried to divide us by putting social distancing, by trying to divide us with all of these different measures, actually ended up helping us in 2020, because we all had to take a breather and a step back in analyzing our belief system. We had to analyze our health. We had to analyze everything about us, and we had to take some time, since we were, under lockdown early on, was about March of 2020, we were left with pretty much nobody but ourselves to look at, love, and connect with. And the outcome, ironically, was a beautiful thing, because many of us found love really for the first time, as we begin to understand that we are supposed to be loving ourselves with such an intense love, taking care of ourselves, and making sure that we love ourselves first so that we in turn can then go become world changers. So many of us, if you came from a background like I did, we were taught our value comes through hard work. And, it is amazing to find a man or a woman who is a hard worker who will give value to a company. It sometimes seems to be harder to find these days of people that really can add amazing value to a company or for a corporation that don't just have degrees and but finding people that are willing to do the work, that's definitely an amazing thing. But with that, we often became so much doers that 2020 was stop all that. Take a look at how you've been running your life, how you've been running your company, the job you've been going to each and every day that you absolutely hate, all these different things. This 2020 was the year of really examination, self-examination, looking at every aspect of what we had grown up with, what we've been trained, what the news media was saying, everything around us, and really having to look it in the face and realize that a lot of it was not working. Realizing that we can't go through life just as a machine. We're not a machine. We can feel emotions. Our soul was designed to be able to feel and to feel deeply, to be able to experience the emotions of other people, but also to be able to experience the emotion towards ourselves, of loving ourselves, so we in turn can love one another in a greater fashion. Because if you've never experienced love before, you will not know how to properly love yourself or to love others. And that's the prerequisite of really what it's all about, of what really makes the real go around, really is love. Not hate, not division, not I'm better than you, not that I'm right, not that I'm able to win an argument, not that I'm able to pull 10 points out of my hat and prove you right or wrong. Because at the end of the day, none of that matters if there is no love, if there's no mercy, if there's no compassion, and certainly if there's no humility. And so these are some of the things that were exposed to us during 2020. And there we have it. It was felt exposed. Because suddenly we understood the authentic you, the authentic me. We begin to understand who the government really is. We begin to understand who the government is not. We begin to understand who our brothers and sisters are, our neighbors. We begin to understand a lot of different things in 2020 of what certain people fell for, propaganda arms that people were so quickly willing to fall for without doing any kind of research and coming to understand what really was going on. People jumped to conclusions so quickly, so fast, lined up for the lines that, the lines of separation brought a lot of separation. But one of the good things about feeling exposed, many of us, and I've seen many of my friends post this on Facebook, I have too, where we've said something along the line of, I wish that somebody would actually listen to me. I wish somebody actually cared about me enough to hear what I really have to say. I mean, I've done a number of YouTube videos. I've done a number of posts, and instead of people listening, it seems a lot of times people will come back with a comment or some kind of reply to try to set you straight, and it can feel like nobody is actually listening to us. But the truth of the matter is, when we are feeling exposed, it means that we are also seeing ourselves. That part of that feeling exposed is because we are vulnerable, and we are actually seeing ourselves and loving ourselves, which is fairly important, again, because We are the ones that have to live with ourselves, have to understand ourselves, have to love ourselves, have to recognize the love. And, I love how Kyle Cease puts it so often of the 7-year-old little boy, the 7-year-old little girl that's just wanting to be held, that's just wanting to be seen. We all have that. Just wanting to be held, just wanting to be loved, just wanting to be encouraged, to know that somebody cares. That's the majority of humanity, of what we all really want. Not this division, not this disregard for the life of humanity that we've seen come out so many times. But we can feel entirely exposed. You either basically are hidden or you are exposed. So some people hide. Some people go in their houses and never come out. There's people that have not come out of their homes in 3 or 4 years, long before 2020 hit. Some of them were on their own self-quarantine. And then all this unfolded, and many of them have felt forced for an even longer amount of time of not getting out and seeing the sun, and getting the vitamins and minerals that they need, and so on and so forth. So it's very, very interesting that amidst all of that, it's as if the universe said, we need to take a break. We need to time out. We need to stop. We need to step aside and realize what has really been going on. We've all been working so hard to try to keep everybody else straight, to focus on everybody else, to be able to be a doing group of people, busy, running hither and yonder, running hither and yonder, running hither and yonder. And 2020 said, well, hold up. We're going to turn your entire world upside down, literally. We're going to stop everything. We're going to shut it all down. And so 2020 really was a wake-up call for many of us to begin to understand that we were born to be here for such a time as this, and we were born to feel emotion, to feel love, particularly towards ourselves first and foremost, that it's okay to be in love, that it's okay to feel things emotionally, that it's okay for our souls to be alive, because we're not supposed to be the walking dead. And that was part of the lesson from 2020. All the way through 2021, it is just continuing to move forward. And now it's in 2022 where we're looking back in 2022 at the last couple of years as we're embarking on a new year, a new beginning, a new understanding. I love this year, the 222, the 2022, take the zero out. 222, the synchronization is so beautiful and amazing and incredible to look at, because that 222 lets us know just that we are on the right track. It lets us know that about new beginnings, abundance, so many wonderful things that are coming our way. As long as we learn and we understand these lessons, because that is one of the reasons why 2020 didn't just stop a few months into 2020, because we had some lessons for each one of us to learn. Love of ourselves, love of our neighbor, self-care, taking care of our health. So many different lessons. Your journey and your lessons may have been different than mine. It's perfectly okay. But all of those different things happened in 2020 and 2021 to help us to see and to hear and understand, and really to feel our hearts and begin to alchemize. I love that word. I've been drawn to that word. To become someone who can alchemize our life. It is so beautiful to become a co-creator, to stand in our sovereignty, to recognize who we are and to take back our everyday life, to take back um, what has been taken away from us for so many years, hundreds, if not thousands of years. We're taking it back. We're part of those who have come to the earth to be awakened, to feel, to have emotions, to understand why we are here, and then to help to raise the vibrations, to share with others here and there, to be able to encourage someone who's always also going along the journey and they're like, I've been noticing some things. Nothing is lining up. I thought if you did this, everything would be fine and we would return back to normal. I thought if we did this, everything would be fine and return back to normal. When the reality of the situation is, we will never return back to normal because normal is simply an illusion. It was what we had been programmed with. It's what we had thought we had known. We thought we had it all figured out. We thought we had things lined up. This is supposed to happen, and then this is supposed to happen, and this is supposed to happen, and this and this and this. And 20 said, oh no. Nothing is going to happen the way you thought it was going to happen because you are going to feel immense pain. You're going to feel the most pain in your heart that you've ever felt, knife-wrenching pain like someone has cut your heart out as you go through the dark night of the soul. And as your soul begins to wake up as part of the great awakening and the realization of what is really going on in this period of time. But had we returned back to normal, human beings are so quick to forget. We go right back to the way things were. And so that couldn't happen. So here we are 2 years later, continuing on with the lessons, continuing to go through a lot of different things, going through a lot of bullshit, going through a lot of different things. And we love it because it is amazing. It is all part of our awakening. It's all part of our awareness. It's all part of our ascension. Without it, we would be sound asleep. Without it, we would have not noticed that anything has gone on. We would think that everything was hunky-dory, and we would not question anything. We would not realize what really has gone wrong all the way around us and the programming that each and every one of us have received. It's been an amazing journey, but for some people, it can be too much to take it all in, and it's okay. Just know the universe loves you. It is doting upon you. It wants you to feel the most immense love that you have ever felt before if you will open your heart to it. But it's hard to open yourself to something that you have been programmed against. Trust me, it has not been easy to let go. And to just fully surrender to what the universe has for us, to surrender to the lessons, to surrender to the new levels, to surrender to all of the lessons that we are to learn upon this earth through this period of time, to be able to help and to move forward in so many different ways. I wish in some ways it was easier. But I am also grateful it's not, because like I said, if it was easy, human beings become too complacent too fast and forget too soon what really has taken place. So I hope this wasn't too vague of what I was talking about. We all know it deals with the virus that came in 2020 and everything has taken place. But I'm also sharing with you about the Great Awakening, about our souls coming alive, and many people as we're coming to awareness of who we are and why we have come to this earth for such a time as this. We are coming, my dear friends, and are here right now to bring in a new earth, a new system, a new thought pattern, to remove the old system that is called the New World Order, the illusion, that spell that has been cast on so many of us of what we thought was real, that we thought was very much part of our everyday lives. I am so thankful for the last couple of years because through those years, through this time, through this period, I have come to understand and felt love like never before. I've also felt pain. And through it, I realize I no longer have to focus upon the fact that I am a victim, but I can focus upon the fact I truly am free. I am sovereign. I am someone who is standing in my purpose and in my power. And when I do that, I take back my everyday life. I don't have to wait and be told what it is I need to do. I know. I follow my intuition. I follow my gut. And as a result, I know where I'm to be. I know what I am to do. And I know why I'm here during this period of time. Do you know? Have you taken the time to take this time when many of us are still being held back, as it were? We're waiting for something to happen. When's something going to take place? The best thing you can do during this time is to take this time of self-reflection. Love yourself. Love others. And connect with your higher self and really find out who you are. Find out how amazing you are. The reason why you're here. And then jump into that purpose and become the amazing person who you are. We all are given an amazing opportunity. And, the biggest part of it is just being aware. Being aware. Being awake. And just taking each day, understanding every day is the most magical day that we have yet lived. And then see what happens. It's really as simple as that. We really have made our lives way too complicated. And as a result, we're uptight, we have health problems, so many different things, when we could save ourselves so many different things by just finding out who we really are, taking that time for some self-love, and then going forward. You all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all very soon.